Previously on 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors. That was a joke, of course. Aha! Behold my brilliance. Ace, you really kind of suck at making jokes. And now back to the escape.
Alright guys, since I've I've gone through every door now, there's still a few endings I haven't gotten, so I'm going to start using a guide from this point. So what I had to do for this one, I had to go through door number 5 first with 7 Snake, and that was going through the that one room with the safe in it, and then the casino. And I had to make sure that I examined the safe after I unlocked the room. You know, like where he looks at it and you're like, why the hell did we use this thing that's probably important? And then we leave. Which I actually did the first time. So, and then we had to go to door number 8, which was with Lotus and Clover, and that's where she gets trapped in the lab with Science Boy, and his head explodes. And then, so I actually was close to getting it the last time I played this. But then I went through door number 1. I have to go through door number 6, and that's with Ace, Santa, and June. And that's in the kind of like generator room with the wheels that spun around. And I'm actually in the middle of a puzzle here in this room when a cutscene that didn't happen before starts. So, anyway, that's where I am. Enjoy!
Hello! This is NicoB, back for some more 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors. When we last left off, Clover went apeshit crazy and murdered everybody. And Junpei was an idiot for grabbing her hand. Come on, Junpei, you're like twice her height. You could have picked her up and thrown her down a flight of stairs. That's just... God dang it, Junpei. Anyway, so... Alright, that was the last of the endings that I just did myself. I wasn't using a guide. And now since there's 2 endings, one I have to get the true ending, and then the true ending, and then the other one is just a fake ending, so I'm not counting it. So hopefully I've already explained before this video started how I got to this point, but I'm at so now I'm into door 6 in that factory room, and this is a new scene. If you keep holding down the right key until but it will stop when it's reached a scene that is different. So I just took the metal winch circular thing and I stuck it in that thing and I let down the box full of coal, which I'm going to get later, and we walked away, and then Santa started talking about something, so... And apparently this is new. You know, speaking of experiments, Santa suddenly stopped. There was experiments some scientists did with rats. First they took a... like, speaking of experiments, by the way, this seems like a great time. Let me tell you about this. It's like June is downstairs, like, hyperventilating. It's like, oh yeah, sure, go ahead and tell me this lengthy... seemingly unrelated story. First, they took a square C-shaped tank and filled it with enough water that rats could drown. The tank had 2 exits, A and B. God, they do some fucked up experiments with rats. I feel bad for the rats, you know? It's like come on, buddy. I know they're not that smart, but I don't know. It's like, I don't know. Not crazy about hurting another, like, especially when, I mean, like, I don't know, if it's like a bug, you know, it's like whatever, but if it's, I don't know, like a little, like, little warm-blooded animal, I feel kind of bad. Exit A is pitch black, so it's so dark even a rat can't see anything. However, exit B, however, is electrified, which means the rat can't leaf through it. Oh my god. It's so fucked up. So, what would a rat do if it was put in this situation? Which exit would the rat choose? I'd say the dark one, probably. There was a moment of silence after Santa posed the question, then Ace responded. B, of course. The rat has no way of knowing that exit B is electrified. Exactly. The rat goes to exit B. Oh. Damn. Okay, well... damn, I suck at psychology. Of course, like I said, it's electrified, which means the rat can't get out that way. So after a lot of trial and error, the rat finally finds exit A. I can't say that's very interesting or relevant. Sorry, I just feel like pulling that shit out my ass. Simply a story of a laboratory experiment. I always say laboratory. You're right, it isn't very interesting. Yet, the scientists repeat this experiments over and over, using hundreds of different rats over several generations. This produced some surprising results. Ah, here we go again with the they're all connected, but we're not connected, but we are connected.
They started learning to do it themselves, right? Yeah, with each generation, they took less time to find the correct exit. Eventually, a rat was put in the tank who instantly chose exit A without even attempting to go to exit B.
Ah, yes, I am the best generation of rat ever.
But even that wasn't the most impressive thing. The same experiment was conducted in another laboratory far from the original one with the same results. I've watched too much Dexter's Lab. That's just... on second thought, the results weren't really the same. The rats in this second experiment began the trials with significantly faster times than the first rats in the initial experiment. These rats were not related to the rats used in the first experiment and had never even come in contact with them. They didn't tell each other through their little rat language.
Alright, buddy, so yeah, this is what you gotta do. You gotta make sure you go through the little... make sure you go to the dark side, alright? But Dad, I'm not supposed to go to the dark side. They told me that in Star Wars. Oh, this time the dark side is the good side for once.
Okay, they all easily found their way to exit A as they already knew. What did it mean?
Are you suggesting something like telepathy? My God. They're passing information on one another through some undetectable medium.
Ace looked skeptical, Santa snorted.
Snorted.
How the hell would I know?
I'm not any kind of scientist. I don't know what made him do it.
But I just felt like I want to tell you guys this, for some reason. I do know that the story's true. If you've got another explanation, I'm sure I'd love to hear it.
Oh?
Come on, let's get going. There's a lot of stuff we haven't checked out. And we gotta get the hell out of here before June passes out.
Actually, she's already passed out. I think she might be dead.
Oh. Well, I guess that extra amount of time I told to sell this store was just enough time to kill June. Damn. Oh, well.
The only one who really cares is Junpei. Because he was going to get laid with.
Because he wanted to get laid.
No! You're right, no.
That rate of response turned and started walking. Junpei, however, wasn't quite ready to leave the topic alone.
Hey, wait. There's something I want to ask you.
Santa stopped and turned around.
Why did they use that tank for the experiment?
Eh?
Well, I mean, it's like you could conduct the same experiment without the water. They could have just used a dry box, you know?
Yeah, I guess so. But then again, if the thing was electrified, wouldn't that like electrify the water too, so that they would, you know? So they'd be they'd be electrocuted even before they reach the door.
They need to move it. The rest escape. They could have, I don't know, put some bait by exit B or something. I mean, do they really have to make it so the rats can drown?
Santa gave a grim barkable laugh. You know the word emergency comes from the same root as the word emerge? You ever think about that?
Oh? No way. I'm learning so much from you, Santa Claus.
Santa!
Ho ho ho! I come with knowledge for Christmas.
Oh, Santa, I want a Power Ranger gel.
Shut up. Go take my knowledge and like it.
No!
Oh, God, you little shit.
Well, emergency is something urgent and often something dangerous. And to emerge means to sort of come out or appear, to rise out of something else. So what's going to emerge in an emergency?
Inspiration. Inspiration?
Yeah. Think about it. When the chips are down, either you can crack or your mind focuses and pulls up what you need.
So in emergency, your real potential emerges. Like me and June, you know, except this time merging is my penis.
Yes, exactly. You got it now.
Yeah, knowledge is power. So, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's why the rats said something like that. Rats didn't drown, they had to be in danger. There had to be an emergency for inspiration to emerge. Junpei suddenly felt cold. Back of his head was aching and his stomach felt strange. It's done that a few times with Junpei, hasn't it? Where like he's like, I suddenly felt cold, and all, you know, the back of my head was damp with the dew of determination. I don't know. The dew of determination. It never really explains that, so I wonder what that is. Is it anything? Or is it just him like?
I've got a feeling that this is gonna be significant somehow, some way.
Okay, here's another new thing here. He's back to when Santa was talking about his sister. We didn't have parents. They bought it in an accident when we were still kids. So I had to be like her. So I had to be like her dad. and that meant I brought her Christmas presents every year. On Christmas Eve, I leave the present next to her pillow. And next morning, she'd come running into my room with this big smile. Oh, we're doing a little flashback.
Look! Santa left me a present! Santa got me the doll I really wanted! I'm so glad I got the letter I wrote!
God, he's like, God, that was annoying. I was like, shut up. Santa's not real. It was just me, you dipshit.
Ah!
God damn it. I need some cereal.
I was the one who told her to write those letters. I'd say, write down something you want and mail it to Santa. The address I gave her was somewhere in the northern Europe that doesn't exist. Anyway, she'd write the letter and stamp it and send it out. And then a few days later, it'd show up back in our mailbox, marked, address unknown. And I'd open the letters before she figured out they'd been sent back. Once I had the letter, I'd go around to a couple stores with some money I'd saved up over the year, and buy her the stuff she'd asked for.
Aw, that's nice of you, Santa Claus.
Took a lot of saving, but I managed to buy her presents every year. Junpei was silent. He could think of nothing to say.
Oh. God, you keep bringing up random stories, don't you?
June looked down, uncomfortable.
Eh. I'd be a lot more comfortable if Junpei was holding on to me. And by holding on, I mean... was groping me.
God, I don't know. What's up with you, June? Is there something you want to say?
Make love to me now, you bastard!
The wall next to him suddenly groaned. Either he hadn't heard the sound or didn't care. Santa kept talking. Well, 1 year later, her letter was different. She didn't write a list of toys she wanted or anything like that. Instead, it said, one of her parents.
I don't want any presents here. Instead, I want you to make my wish come true. My wish is that we'll be happy like this for a really, really long time.
But I couldn't make that wish come true. Some Santa I am. Santa looked sad. Junpei had never seen him look sad before.
Wasn't sure he liked it. Dude, stop being sad. Drop that photo. Let's get out of here.
Junpei decided it was probably not best to ask Santa any more questions, but...
What happened?
June glanced up at Santa as quickly as she spoke. He answered, but only with an effort. She died.
Ooh.
She was killed. 9 years ago.
Ooh, 9. They love that number, don't they?
There's nothing Junpei could say. His heart felt like a great lump of lead. June bit her lip and looked away. Her face was pale.
Alright, let's go. Hope you all enjoyed my depressing story.
Stood up. Suddenly, his downcast demeanor gone. He shoved the picture back in his pocket and headed back up the stairs, taking them 2 at a time.
Alright, well that's it. On to the next puzzle.
Okay, here's another new thing. So I just got the cards. I was getting ready to put them in the box.
Just then, Superman appears. Da-da-da!
Shit starts happening. Alright. Junpei heard a noise. He spun around just in time to see June collapse in front of the fence. Oh my god, she's collapsing again.
June, are you okay? Wait a minute, you didn't do this last time. Why are you collapsing now? Are you faking it? You're faking it, aren't you, dirty slut?
She did not respond. Junpei spun back around to face Ace.
Sorry, I gotta go check on her. You do the boxing, alright? Huh? Just put the cards in the boxes. I'm counting on you, Ace. Alright. Oh damn, now I've got to do stuff. Ah, great.
He shoved the cards in Ace's hand and ran off toward June.
Hey baby. You doing it? You swooning over me again?
No, I'm dying, dipshit.
Are you alright? What happened?
Junpei called out to her as he ran. As he arrived, June was climbing to her feet with Santa's help.
I'm sorry. I'm fine. I just tripped.
Don't give me that. Now's not the time.
That's true. I tripped over a box.
Junpei put his palm on her forehead. Her temperature was much the same as it had been last time he checked. She wasn't hot, like she'd been before, but she was still warm. Her fear wasn't completely gone. I saw her fall. I think she really did just trip on something, you know? Junpei would have been more willing to agree if June hadn't needed quite so much help standing up. Still, to fall down like that, I think she probably is still a little messed up. June was doing her best to busy herself brushing dust off her dress.
Yeah. Just seeing you care, Junpei, turns me on so much. Oh, get over here.
Her smile looked a little embarrassed and her face was a little bit flushed. But she did a great deal better than... She did look a great deal better than she had, still.
Alright, let's get out of here as fast as we can so we can get you to a hospital.
Oh? I don't think it's anything that serious. I just need a little medicine, some sleep, and I'll be fine.
Medicine, huh? If we get in touch with anyone outside, I'll bet Ace could swing that for you easy. Ace? Why? Huh? Don't you know? He's the president of a pharmaceutical company. What? Really? How did he know that? Was that why he had... No, he got the... He said he got that morphine from in the hospital room, right? You know, we really don't know, like, shit about Ace at all. Like, which makes me wonder. He's the president of a pharmaceutical company. That's the first thing we, like, ever heard about him. Oh, Cradle Pharmaceutical. Oh, that's like, they mentioned that in the other room. I can't remember. With Seven and Lotus, we were talking about the mystery. What was it about? I can't remember how Cradle Pharmaceutical was involved with that. Were they the one conducting the experiments or something? Oh no, I don't remember. Oh shit, it's all coming together. Their flagship product is an anesthetic drug called Soperil. Soperil? Junpei couldn't shake the feeling that he'd heard about Soperil before, so he continued. Soperil. Soperil's an anesthetic that is gaseous at room temperature, similar to nitrous oxide. It only takes a few seconds to spread, and even a small amount is very effective. For these reasons, it found widespread acceptance with police and military forces in numerous countries. Oh, so was that what he used on himself? It was an effective crowd suppressant and room clearer, and is practical, ethical, and humane. Developed 6 years prior, was made... Damn, dude, you're like a fucking encyclopedia, you know that, Santa? Developed 6 years prior, was made from the extracts of several different roots. Became popular almost as soon as it was made public, with many governments placing large orders. Demand for Soperil skyrocketed. As it did, so did the stock of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Why do you know all this? Sam's information was interesting, but Junpei couldn't help but feel a little suspicious. Yeah, seriously. Sam's reply was blunt and simple. Had it from the old man himself. From Ace? When? Ace talked about himself? By the number 4 door at the central stairway. By the number 4... Oh, back at the start. We were searching the second class room. Remember how Snakes, 7, and you went to door 5? Oh, okay. Sort of like how it all... Okay, so there's another sort of looking back on a previous door we went through, and... I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, event following another event. That's why I didn't see this cutscene before, maybe. I asked him what he did for a living, and he said he ran his own company. After that, we just started talking, and I guess it just came up, you know?
Are you worried about something?
No, nothing. As he spoke, Junpei looked over toward Ace. He seemed to be having difficulty with the 9 boxes. Damn. I forgot to tell them I don't know how to count. I can't count past 2. Damn it all. Thank God I was number 1 in this game. What the hell is he doing? He turned back to June and Santa. June, don't push yourself, alright?
Yes.
Santa, can you take care of her? Sure, whatever. Give them both a short nod, then turned and headed toward Ace. What are you doing? Ace's back was to him as Junpei approached. The old man turned around to look at him. His face was pale and covered in sweat. Oh, is he... Maybe he's getting a... Because he took that medication, or maybe he's getting a... I don't know, some withdrawal? Or maybe he's addicted to it, maybe, or something. What happened? Nothing. My vision has gotten rather blurry. I think perhaps because of fatigue. I can't see very well at the moment. Well, what can't you see well? These pictures. Ace held the hold the cards out to Junpei, splayed out in the shape of a fan. I don't care to admit, but I may be developing presbyopia. I don't know what that is. Growing old is a difficult thing. He made the best attempt he could at self-deprecating smile, but his face was flushed and his lips were pale and drawn. Ace is not feeling good. Ace is sad. At any rate, I'll leave the rest up to you. Feeling awfully tired, so if you don't mind, I'd like to rest for a bit. I'm gonna go check myself some more Soperil. He shoved the cards in Junpei's hand and walked away quickly. Junpei looked at him quizzically. How could simply looking at the cards have tired him out? He looked down at the cards in his hands. All of them pictures were quite clear, and each person easily recognizable. Was Ace's vision truly so bad? But it wasn't. What made him so uncomfortable? That was when Junpei remembered what he'd heard from Lotus much earlier. Back in the room, when she brought up that really random thing.
That's that word. I remember it's that word you can't pronounce.
Oh, right.
To put it simply, it means a condition where the mind can't distinguish between human faces.
Oh. Oh. Huh.
In other words, my face would look like the same as Clover's, or even yours. So I can't remember faces, which is how most people recognize each other. That means that people with have trouble recognizing even people they're close to.
Maybe he's got
Junpei took another look at Ace. Oh, poor Ace. He sat at the base of the stairs, looking quite depressed.
No. No, damn. Again, Prasabadala doodly, you screw me over.
It was reasonable, of course, that he'd feel that way. If he really did have Prasabadoodly, there was no doubt that it was depressing and a painful experience. Still, Junpei didn't feel like patting him on the shoulder and telling him everything would be alright would help that much. Still, Junpei felt perhaps it was best he kept Ace's condition to himself, at least for the time being.
Oh well.
Doing his best to clear his mind for the task at hand, he turned back toward the boxes. It's time to solve the puzzle of the 9 boxes! Okay, now we go on. Okay, guys. Alright, so I went in and completed that last puzzle. Everything happened the same. I went to that room that looks sort of like a church. We found 2 door 9s in there. We were like, the only way we can do it is we leave June behind. And we're like, no, we'll figure out some other way. And now we ran back upstairs, and they're saying, oh god, we got a problem. Clover is missing. And normally this is when I separated, I think, from June, and I went down the elevator, and then I got stabbed in the back and died. So that was the other ending. So now this is apparently different. So Junpei and June ran to the large hospital room together. As quickly as they could, they searched around and under the beds and in the corners.
It's not here. Ugh. Not that I really care. She did technically murder me in the last ending. And you.
No, she isn't.
Alright, just in case, we should take a look in the shower room.
The shower?
That's where her brother is. She might have gone to see him.
Why are we all of a sudden thinking of this now? June bit her lip. She knew, as Junpei did, that there was only one thing to see in the shower room. It wasn't pleasant.
Well, might as well check, right? Let's go. Come on, it'll be fun.
The screwdriver stuck between the door and the frame. Junpei and June slipped through the door and moved down the hallway and stepped into the shower room.
New look.
Yeah, I don't think she's here.
June's voice was faint, and she placed her hands over her mouth. Her face looked a little green. The stench in the room was almost unbearable. It had grown far more unpleasant since our last visit. If Junpei had eaten a lunch, he would have difficulty retaining it. He wanted to leave the room as soon as possible, but he had to be sure. The only way to be sure was to check the other side of the divider.
Wait here.
June offered no resistance and nodded weakly to Junpei as he headed toward the divider.
Oh god, here we go again. Time to go see old No-Face.
He stopped at the corner and turned his head. As he expected, Clover was nowhere to be seen. The only thing on the other side of the divider was a dead body lying in a reddish-brown puddle of dry and drying blood. There are many ways a man could die, but the skull was shattered and the head little more than a pulpy mass of brain, bone, and viscera. Ugh. The left arm was hideously twisted and... Didn't we already do that? In a horrific alien shape, the bright white of the ulna shining through the skin and the muscle.
He's like, huh? Oh, wait a minute. You realize I've already had this internal dialogue. Huh? Wait.
Bright white. Ulna. Bones. Oh my god! I was right. He realized his left arm. You see his bone, but we learned in room 5, I think, when we were with Lotus and Clover, that he had a prosthetic arm. Oh, it's not really him, is it? The pieces fell into place. Junpei remembered son Clover had told him in the laboratory.
Brother's left arm is, it's not like a normal person's arm. The accident really bad. To save him, they had to cut off his arm.
Of course. Why hadn't he realized it earlier? Because you didn't know he had a fake arm. Clover had told Junpei that Snake's left arm was prosthetic. But the left arm of the corpse behind the divider was quite clearly a human arm. Or at least it had been once. That meant the corpse wasn't Snake. Junpei and June head back to the large hospital room. They step through the door and out of the shower room.
Oh, snap, crackle, pop, I gotta tell somebody.
Down the hallway they went, searching for Clover in every corner. They reached the stairs when Seven appeared, breathless and yelling.
Junpei, June, where were you guys, you little bitches? Goddamn doodly.
He looked pale and his face was drawn. Something terrible had happened. Oh, shit.
Ah, God.
Did
Lotus die again? Cause, whatever. You know what? She's always the first one to die. I wonder why that is. Maybe it's because she's a fucking bitch.
Junpei's breath caught in his throat.
Did something happen?
Seven drew a shaking hand across his face, gulped down a breath of air.
Clover's dead.
Oh, shit. Okay, that was when I found her in the first-class bathroom.
What the hell?
Uh-oh.
No, Clover, whatever. You know what? You're always murdering. You didn't murder everybody, so...
All sound was ceased for Junpei. The world was an empty, muffled expanse. Then he began to hear his own breathing.
Oh, shit. Yeah, it doesn't feel so good, does it, bitch? You know, I never mind. I'm sorry, I was too far, Clover. I was too far. Too soon.
Shit. June's mouth moved, but he heard nothing. She tried once more, and then her energy was gone. She collapsed against the wall.
June. God dang it, stop passing out every 2 seconds.
He could have helped her, but he hadn't, and now she was dead. So he stood there, frozen in place. Clover, she stabbed. Why? Why had this happened? Well, at least we know it wasn't Clover that stabbed me in the back. I'm guessing. He forced his body to move. Each step felt like another nail pounded into his heart. Finally, he was in front of her. He knelt and placed 3 fingers against Clover's neck. No pulse, no breath. She was still warm, and her eyes were closed peacefully. It would have been easy to think she was asleep. Easy that is, were it not for the slow expanding puddle of blood beneath her. He traced his source back to her back. A gash just beneath their shoulder blade. Ugh.
Wow, it's just like how I was stabbed in that other bad ending.
Was the weapon a knife, perhaps? If it wasn't a knife, the killer had taken it when they left. Oh my, is it gonna be number 9?
Yeah! Moshirige strikes again! I live, bitches, I live!
The killer had taken it when they left. When he closed his eyes, he saw Clover smile. Her innocent smile, her energy. He would never see her smile again. He also saw he also thought back on that really crazy smile that she had right before she axed him in the face. He could have done something. He could have helped her. His stomach twisted itself into a sickening knot. She lifted a limp June from the floor and carried her from the bathroom.
Alright, so somebody here needs to stop murdering everybody. That's what I gotta say.
Oh, are you alright? It's a foolish question, he knew it.
Yes, I think so.
Her voice was weak. The fever had gone down, but the emotional scars she received were not likely to recede as quickly. Good lord, everybody's getting blown to bits and stabbed, and God. Junpei had laid his hand on her shoulder, and they walked back to the bedroom.
You know, we should have sex. I think that'd make things a lot better.
No, Jumpy. This is the only time I would have had sex with you any other time. And now I don't want to have sex anymore.
No! Why didn't I realize it sooner? You should get some rest.
He lowered June until she was sitting against the bed. She nodded once and stared at the floor. There were 4 others in the room. Ace, Lotus, Santa, and Seven. They all stared at nothing, their faces drawn and tired. After a while, they drifted into the bathroom to see Clover's corpse themselves. Once everyone was back in the bedroom, Junpei walked slowly to the center of it and looked around as the slumped figures gathered there. Wait a fucking minute. So that wasn't Snake's body. Does that mean Snake is fucking killing everybody? But then who the hell's the dead person?
Who was the first to find the body?
Me. It was me. I did it. I found the body. I mean, I didn't kill her, but I found her. Simmons spoke from behind Junpei. He turned around. Simmons' hand was up.
Why'd you come to this room?
To look for Clover. What do you think? My acorn beanie told me to go here. Why else? I found her body in the bathroom. As soon as I did, I ran outside like a crazy person, and you saw the rest. I got to the upstairs by the casino and yelled as loud as I could. I was like, ah! Ah! And then everybody was just like, nobody did anything. God dang it. I could have been getting murdered. No one did shit. You all suck. Hey guys, I found her, but it's bad. She's in the bathroom in the first class cabin. Come quick. Or something like that. Then I went back to the bathroom. Hey, Santa Lois showed up real soon after that. But I guess you two hadn't heard me or something, because you didn't show. So I took off downstairs to look for you, you crazy bastards. After that, I mean, you know the rest, right? Junpei nodded and closed his eyes. There was one more thing he needed to ask.
Seven, there's one more thing I'm worried about.
What was that?
We finished all the puzzles in this room and got the door open.
Oh, that's right. We're back in the room where the safe is.
You stuck one of those plates in between the door and frame, right? Why'd you do that?
Come on, didn't I already tell you that? I did that so the door wouldn't lock. So we'd come back in this room. Oh! You think I did it? Oh, that's it. I am fucking raping you right now.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
I mean, what?
Well, I don't know. That kind of depends on what you say, doesn't it?
Seven sighed and shook his head. I seriously doubted Sam. The thing is, he was a cop. He seems like honestly, Seven seems like probably the best dude out of the group. Follow me, bitches. There were two doors standing next to one another. He opened the one on the right, with the safe. Behind the door was a closet. Seven stepped inside. He stood in front of one of the shelves that filled it and gestured toward a small box. The box was small. It was a small metal cube. He looked at Junpei. This is the reason. This safe. We couldn't open it when we were getting through this room. I figured there might be something pretty important in it. I couldn't stop thinking about it. Besides, I figured eventually we might figure out what the numbers are for the safe. If we did, I didn't want to screw around with door 5 again. So I put the plate in the exit door so we can get back in that way. You get it now? You get it, bitch? Junpei nodded and looked at the safe. He grabbed the handle and shook it. Nothing happened. It was as locked as it had been when Seven found it. There was one change, however. Just underneath the safe was a pile of fine reddish-brown powder. Rust. Oh, was someone trying to get in there? Somebody was like... Junpei stared at it for a moment. Had someone opened the safe? Wait, had someone opened the safe dislodging the rust? What the hell is it? Was it Snake? Did Snake go in there and do that? Junpei left the closet. Someone followed him back to the bedroom. It was cold and quiet. No one spoke. They sat frozen in place by shock and grief and fatigue. The room felt tiny and oppressive, and the thick metallic smell of blood filled the room. Junpei turned and headed for the living room. Anything to get out of there. Is there some other clue, perhaps? Anything that might lead him to whoever had stabbed Clover. He took his time and examined the room carefully. His eyes caught on the door. The door that led to the passageway of door number 5. Behind the door was the dead body of the 9th man.
Maybe I should have another look at it, just in case.
Oh, shit. So he took the that's gonna be it, isn't it? He took the body of the 9th man and used it to fake his own death. I guess. Right? Oh, that would be sick, though. Like, how would he fucking, like... How would he have been able to do that? Like, sneak through, back, get this thing and all of its disgusting pieces and bring it back. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking, at least. Quietly, he pushed open the door. The smell hit him like a blow to the face. His lungs contracted, unwilling to inhale such fetid air. Acid boiled up from the base of his stomach, turning what little food was in there to a violent froth. Was too much for him, and he vomited. A thin steam of yellow water and bile splattered onto the floor. He wiped his mouth weakly and stared at the dead body. Chunsoft torn flesh lay in an arc around the body. What remained of its intestines had slid onto the floor. Oh, that's right. I remember that. I had this internal dialogue before, too. A pool of blood that referring it was dry, but it's so thick that it taken on the texture of, I don't like that of an egg yolk, prepared sunny side up. On the floor next to the broken mass of the man's head lay his glasses, cracks spidering across the lenses. Okay, I guess never mind, I guess he didn't do that. The blood stains near them had already dried like scabs on the floor. That was when he noticed. It's gone. Oh, the knife that he had. Oh, his bracelet. His bracelet. It's gone. Oh. It had been there when Junpei had gone through door 5 before. He was sure of it. Right next to the glasses. But now, it was gone. The number 9 bracelet was gone. But why? Had someone taken it? He was turning it over and over in his mind when he heard Seven's voice. Huh? Where'd Junpei go? Hey, bitch, get back here! He had drifted out to him from the living room. Junpei walked slowly out of the hallway. I thought I was going to say the knife was gone. I guess the knife probably was gone. Oh, there you are. Were you looking for something in the hallway? Seven looked up as Junpei entered the room. Did you find something? He thought for a moment before he responded. No, nothing. Technically, it wasn't a lie. He hadn't found anything, in a way. In fact, that was the problem. Something he expected to find hadn't been there. The ninth man's bracelet. Guess he was afraid to sell Seven, but honestly, I don't think Seven. I mean, I don't think Seven anything. What's up? Well, I wanted you to take a look at something. What is it? Seven led Junpei back to the bathroom. As Clover's corpse came into view, he felt his heart flip and then fall to the bottom of his stomach. Something between a sigh and a groan escaped his lips. What was it you wanted to show me? His voice was hollow and empty. I searched Clover's body again. I found this. As he spoke, he moved around Clover's head, then knelt and flipped open her right hand. What? She was holding a piece of paper. I haven't actually looked at it yet. Didn't want to disturb the crime scene, you know? Basic stuff. Aw, dude. He's a... Yeah, that's cop thing kicking in. But I did borrow one thing. He wasn't sure what that meant, but it likely didn't matter. The paper was more important. He picked it up and carefully opened it. There were 2 sentences written on it. Truth had gone, and truth had gone. Ah, now truth is asleep in the darkness of the sinister hand. What the hell? What is this? Some kind of secret code? What the freaking bloomin' W is this supposed to be? Seven peered over Junpei's shoulder at the note. Junpei stepped away from Clover's body. Into the living room. He began to pace, attempting to decode the note. The first clue was likely the phrase, sinister hand. Sinister hand means... I don't know! How am I supposed to know? Right hand, maybe? No, that wasn't right. Oh, of course, I'm sorry! Of course, in heraldry, the term sinister was used to refer to the left side of the coat of arms. Good lord, Junpei, did you actually know that? Nah, I told him that. This Junpei's dumb as fuck. Or more accurately, referred to those things on the left side of the bearer of a coat of arms. The left hand. The left hand. What did the left hand mean? He looked at his... Oh. That he... With his own left arm meant that... Did she know that was a snake? No, she didn't, though. She... Right? I mean, she went on a fucking rampage because she said she was doing to avenge her brother. Oh my god, I'm so fucking confused. What is going on? Looked at his own left arm. At the bracelet on his wrist. Did the darkness of the sinister hand have something to do with the bracelet? Examine the bracelet closely. There are 2 protrusions on either side of the face. The left and the right sides of the face. Left and right. Left and right. Right and left. Truth is gone. Truth gone. It sounded funny. What did it mean? Truth gone. Maybe those two words... Truth gone. Truth gone. Truth gone. Maybe those two words. How about reading out loud? How about switching them? Gone truth. What else could they mean? How about reading them reading them backwards? Enog... Or... Hathuhu Shruth, but, Enog. No, I don't think so. What? How about reading them backwards? No. How about gone truth? Truth gone, truth gone. Gone truth, gone truth. What else could they mean? What else could gone and truth mean? Truth, of course, meant something that was correct. Something that was a fact, in other words, something that was right. Oh. It would follow then that gone meant left. Oh, so this is a combination of the safe? After someone left, they were gone. What? Oh my god. I would never would have fucking figured that shit out. Good lord, you guys are freaking... You guys are good at this shit. In this case, however, they clearly refer to their directional homonyms. So that means truth right, gone left. That seemed to make sense. They looked at the bracelet again. The two protrusions on the left and the right of the face. Junpei. Press the buttons in the following order. Oh, fuck me! I don't remember what the thing said. Wait, can I... Right? No, I didn't. No, I didn't mean to do that. I hit the left key. I was trying to pull up my files, if humanly possible, and then. One after another, 8 numbers. I guess I picked the right one accidentally. Seriously, 8 numbers flashed up and then off of the face of Junpei's bracelet. He checked one more time to be sure. Did I just accidentally pick the right one? Because that's kind of awesome. 1 4 3 8 3 4 2 1. Huh? Hey, what are those numbers? Junpei didn't answer. He couldn't answer. He had no idea what they were either. Is that the... Okay, is that the combination of the safe? I thought it was a churn combination, though. Besides, he was sure he would forget the numbers in the order they came in if he said anything. Okay, blah 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 blah. Muttering the numbers to himself over and over, Junpei headed over to toward the bedroom. Numbers. Oh, that is a combination. Numbers. Before long, he found himself in front of the safe again. Its lock was the only device he could think of that required a sequence of numbers, such as the one that he discovered. I'm surprised no one had... I mean, he pressed the numbers at the beginning of the game, but they didn't do anything. But it was because he needed a combination. So someone had already opened the safe at least once already. Had Clover come to the bedroom to open it? Junpei slowly dialed in the numbers the bracelet had given him. Oh, well, yeah, I guess he would have to go. 1 to the right, 4 to the left, 3 to the right, 8 to the left, 3 to the right, 4 to the left, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Finished. And Junpei heard the telltale sign of the lock opening. He grabbed the handle, took a deep breath, and pulled it open. And the whole fucking ship blew up. He saw it was a piece of paper. It was roughly the same size as the one Clover had been holding. Junpei picked it up, and this is what it said. Fact number 1. The nunnery game was played once before, 9 years ago. Oh. Is that what the kids were maybe abducted for? Was that the nunnery game? Fact number 2. The person with the number 2 bracelet attended the game 9 years ago. Oh, Snake was there for this game. Fact 3. It was planned by the following 4 people. Cradle Pharmaceutical CEO. Oh, okay. Genitor Hongu, I thought I was going to say. Wait. No, he is a CEO, though. So is that his real name? Ace? Cradle Pharmaceutical Chief of Staff, Nagisa Nijisaki. Cradle Pharmaceutical R&D Supervisor. So they were the ones that started it. Tsuraki Kubuta. Majority shareholder in Cradle Pharmaceutical. Kajichika Masushito. I must punish them. For the innocent lives they sacrificed. This is the only warning they will receive. And innocent souls might be saved. I now state the truth. 0.
What?
Wait, 0 wrote that? Junpei left the closet. There were 5 people waiting for him in the bedroom. So Ace was one of the guys that started the Nonary game or something? Ace, Lotus, Santa, 7, and June. He looked at each one of them in turn and slowly placed his hands in the pockets of his vest.
Sorry, but you think you could all come with me? Come with you? I want all of you to go to the big hospital room.
What? Why?
There's something there there's something I want to be sure of.
What do you want to be sure of?
I want to know if the person I suspect is really the culprit.
Wait, then you're saying...
Yeah, I think I've got it figured out. I know who killed Snake and Clover.
Whoa, the atmosphere in the room changed. Grief was suddenly gone, replaced by tension like a strap of leather stretched to its limits. 5 sets of eyes stared at Junpei. Pretend not to notice.
Anyway, can you all please move to the big hospital room? I'll explain everything as soon as we get there.
And almost as if on cue, the bell began to ring. They all heard it. It was the bell from the clock in the main staircase. The bell rang 5 times and ceased. It was 5 o'clock. They had only an hour left.
We don't have a lot of time left. Let's go.
Slowly, one by one, they followed Junpei out of the bedroom.
Who killed Snake and Clover? Was it the bitchy big-titted Lotus? Was it sexy sax man Ace? Was it the Sephiroth wannabe Santa? Or maybe the badass ex-cop 7? Hell yeah. Or maybe it could be the timid yet dirty whore June. Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z!